Guys, we got a wild episode today about the history of Ivy League schools and if Trump is right for taking the money away from Harvard, and it's going to be a good one.
It's a very good one. Come see me in Providence, July 11th and 12th, August in Tampa, 15th and 16th, Bakersfield, California, October 3rd and 4th, Toronto, October 18th, Tulsa, 24-25, Bozeman, Montana, November 22nd, and Stamford, Connecticut, December 5th and 6th.
ChrisDcomedy.com for all my dates. We just added Atlantic City in June, so go see that. And then go see MSG, Theater at MSG, September 11th. And then I got a whole bunch of dates in the summer, Brea Improv, Oklahoma. When are you going to go to Oklahoma? I'm going to Tulsa, too.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
And watch the special. It's up on History Hyenas YouTube channel, Property Owner.
Do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the History Hyenas. There's two guys with 8 eyes. We're both glassed up. We got our goggles on, and we're ready to rock.
Goggles on today. Today, we're going to be talking to you about the history of the Ivy League schools in this country because of the recent scandals with Donald Trump and Harvard University. So I threw on my glasses to look and sound smart.
Yeah, to be Chinese or to not be Chinese, that is the question when you are being admitted to an Ivy League university. And the Supreme Court in 2023 said it is okay to be Chinese, and then Donald Trump came in and said it is not okay to be Chinese.
And it gets pretty wild, and I think you and I are going to have different takes on this and different sides. We're going to be on different sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
Because I'm all for it.
Yeah, well, we look like we're different. I look like a guy who attends Harvard University. You look like a guy who's pulling up to Harvard University to sell the students coke.
It's just what it is. I mean, because I realized, because I started looking through my house, and I said, do I have glasses for the bit to look smart? And these are the only glasses I have, and these are the only glasses in history that make you look dumb.
Yeah, those are what you call community college glasses. Those are 2-year glasses, and I got 4-year glasses.
These are Nassau Community College glasses.
Yeah.
Now, because before we get into
Talk to me.
I just want to tell you, listen to me. I was in Charleston, South Carolina. That city is beyond cute. And everyone who wants to run to Florida and live in Florida and retire in Florida, no, baby. I'm going to Charleston, South Carolina. It was gorgeous. And I took some pictures in front of the slave market.
It's a historical site.
That's wild that's a historical place. Yeah. Like that's part of their tourism is come to the slave market.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
not good.
You shouldn't be doing merch there.
Yeah,
and they do, which is bad.
And I learned a bad one.
Yeah,
well, I think I might have said it before. Do you know where the term "knocked up" comes from? Did I tell you guys about this already?
Knocked up?
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
Is that when it's too hot outside and people get knocked?
Yeah. No. What it is? Well, the term "knocked up." There was a movie. Judd Apatow made a movie called "Knocked Up." Seth Rogen, Captain Hyde.
I didn't want to do the joke because I know you're doing network TV soon.
Yeah, just do it. Do all the jokes. So Catherine Heigl, who make no mistake, Captain Heigl is a piece, and that last name sounds a little Nazi, is Captain Hail Heigl. And that's what it is.
Hail Heigl.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The term "knocked up," and I learned this at the Charleston slave market, because they just take you on fun little tours with frozen lemonades, and they just talk to you about the slave market. And it's just a little brutes magoots, and you just have to suck it up because you are in the South, and I am Lady Antebellum.
Yeah.
So the term "knocked up" comes from at that Charleston slave market. They would have, slaves standing on different pieces of wood or whatever, and you could buy this one or that one for whatever price, but
whichever one you thought was cute. You were basically going antiquing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
You want to take a stroll, get a coffee, and just select a slave?
Yeah, it's not great, and it also too, and I'll get to what the term "knocked up" means, but it's also was interesting, like we're on the tour of the slave market, and then there were 2 black people selling Bible courses outside of the slave market, so you're a little like, yikes. And it's tough to want to take pictures and put on different Snapchat filters when you see black people right out there with Bibles. It's not good. But the term "knocked up," what it means is a slave who was pregnant, her price was knocked up. Yeah.
Whoa.
So that's not good.
Whoa.
That's not good because she was coming with a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
So she was coming with a twofer, and that's when they say, "Oh, she got knocked up." That's what it means. And Judd Apatow, you should know that. That is not okay because Judd Apatow is always like, "Everyone is bad. Everything is bad." Well, the title of that movie is "Bad, Bad, Bad."
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And that is what you call vicious.
That's not good.
That is
wasn't
not good. It's a 2-for-1, basically.
It's a 2-for-1.
So you're getting something off the combo.
yeah, and Judd Apatow should know better. No, I'm kidding. Judd
Something off the
Apatow.
combo menu at McDonald's.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, yeah.
Shout out Judd Apatow.
It's what?
It's a BOGO.
It's a, yeah. It's so you're just getting a 2-for-1.
So that's not good, right?
But you're getting all potential. You're getting all upside. Like,
Right.
I don't want to get into the mind of the consumer.
Yeah, it's bad. It was bad. It was bad on that. We were on that tour, and I was like, yikes.
Yeah, no.
So then, yeah,
That's not cute.
not cute.
That's
but
not cute.
Charleston is cute. I was once going on a little boat ride to Fort Sumter. Do you know about Fort
I
Sumter?
do know about Fort Sumter, but can I just say,
First shots of the Civil War, Fort
Yeah.
Sumter. It does make you. I got to be honest with you. And then we'll get to the stuff. But when you go in Charleston, you walk around, you do kind of just understand why the Confederacy fought so hard.
it's cute.
It's cute, and they just wanted to preserve that, and I get it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I was about
Yeah.
to say. Is like the history is not cute, but when you look at the houses,
Very cute.
I mean, a slave owner's house is cute.
Gorgeous.
I mean, do you know how many celebrities got in trouble having their weddings?
Yeah.
at slave
Yeah.
quarters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you remember that? There was like a big thing where you'd see like fucking Emma Stone or whatever
Yeah.
being like, and she'd be taking, and it would be like hashtag, and then the hashtag would be like the Wilkins slave. What do they call those things?
Plantations.
Plantation.
Yeah.
Like, we're over here in the Savannah.
Yeah.
Wilkins
Yeah.
plantation. Look at us, and you see girls with just like penis straws
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
balloons.
Not great.
And you're going like, is it not great? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what do you do in that situation when something's that cute?
Yeah.
Do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? I mean, the history's over. I mean, the building is fucking cute. I do like to prance around.
Yeah.
And you know me, when I don't like the history and I think they were on the wrong side of history, you know what I like to do? You've been with me there, and you know what I like to do? I like to pee on it.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Remember that?
Yes,
Remember-
Yannis took a pee-pee on the Confederate side of the cemetery in Antietam, Maryland.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what you did.
I just go outside and I take a pee on it.
It's just what you do. You like to do that, so I do respect you for that. But I will say that Charleston, it's beyond gorgeous. Bill Murray lives there. If you've never been, the show at the Charleston Music Hall was fantastic. What a beautiful venue. I want to shout out the venue for giving me a very nice tote bag with all these different beautiful gifts that I just left in the green room. So it's just what it is. If you got my address, you can mail it back. I don't even know where I'll live by the time the package gets to me, though.
We never know what's going to happen.
Now, I just want to say...
Mongolian Chrissy.
I just want to say my name is Christopher Distefano. I'm on the beam and in the program.
But that's what I want to know.
Are you on the beam and in the program?
I'm on the beam, and some things just put me right back in the program.
Yeah, you just sometimes you're in the program. Jesse, after learning, really getting to know Jesse, he needs to be in the program.
You need to be in the program.
Jesse needs to be in the program.
Yeah.
So,
You
but
need to
because
be- yeah.
I just want you to, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was about to say, I was
get
about
excited.
To, yeah, I know you get excited because you like action.
I like action. I'm in the program. Yeah.
Yeah, you're contained by the program.
I'm contained by the program, but because I'm on the beam, and today's rule of the day, today's beamcast is we have to master our emotions.
Okay.
Don't let anger, grief, sadness, depression rule the day.
Yeah.
You stay on the beam. You are the master of your emotions.
Right.
Okay? Also, another rule today, laugh at everything.
Right.
Laugh at everything. Don't take anything too serious, even yourself.
Right.
Okay? Then the other one is I want you to persist until you succeed.
Yeah.
Okay? Persist until you succeed. The only way to guarantee failure is to quit.
yeah. Yeah.
So that was Chrissy D's Beamcast. I'm in the program.
That's the beamcast right there. When
Yeah.
I was looking at you, all I saw was just water dripping from your forehead.
Yeah.
Because there's a big old hole in that roof.
It's what it is. It's what it is, cuz, and I've had a literal, it hasn't let up at all for 3 weeks. I've just had an itchy right nipple, and I'm rubbing Vaseline on my nipple every day, and nothing's working.
But it's okay because before we started the cast, I saw you start to flex your nipples.
Yeah.
And that's just like when a race car driver revs up his engine. It means you were getting ready. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about something else, and then Yannis told me to do this.
Yeah. And that's just when you put the key in the ignition and you're revving up.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Because I am New Balance head to toe today. I mean, look at this. I got New Balance pants, New Balance shirt, New Balance shoes, and New Balance socks. sucks. I've got a leaky roof.
Well, what's going on is because you just bought a very expensive house, so you had to take a second job at the New Balance store.
It's just what it is, because I'm the Kawhi Leonard of comedy.
You came here after work because you did a shift at the New Balance
They
store.
have Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag, the consensus #1 pick for the NBA draft, just got a deal from New Balance. And New Balance said we have to balance it out. We have Cooper Flag, and now they have me.
Because Cooper Flag's the #1 prospect in basketball, and I'm not going to say he's white, and I'm not saying that I'm excited because he's white. I'm just saying I'm excited because he's white.
Yeah, it's just
That's what I'm saying. It's just nice to have a white guy named Cooper.
When is the last time we were going to have a consensus #1 NBA pick who was a white American? We haven't had a white American consensus #1 pick in a long time.
In a long time.
In a long time. And I'll tell you, they're going to be clapping for him in Charleston. I know, because make absolutely no mistake, make zero mistake. If your town still has a slave market as a tourist attraction, then your town probably's got a little racist. Right? Just a little there's I think the kids who live in Charleston, I think they at night, sun goes down, nobody's out. I think they like to relive the glory days just a little bit.
You think you did?
I feel like they do. I feel like because you could tell they all had the, boat shoes on, shirts tucked into shorts, kind of tucker look. So you said, they're proud of that slave market, and it's just what it is. It's a little uncomfortable.
It's baked in kind of a little bit to the culture. You can't
Nothing you could do.
It's not a clean cut shit.
No.
There's still vested, there's still remnants of it.
Yes.
Now I wanted to know, is it possible to get in the history program? Because I am addicted to cute history.
Yes.
I'm addicted to cute stuff. We should start. People who are really addicted to history need to go into the program.
They need to go into the program.
And
yes.
and when you see something cute and you lose control, I just want you to text me.
Yeah.
Just text me.
Yeah.
And just text me and say, I'm looking at this cute fucking plantation, and I'm having emotions. I want to put my dick in it.
Yeah.
And just text it to me, though. Because sometimes I see something cute from history. Like, I love cute old shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to just take my dick and stick it in it.
Yes, cuz I know you did, cuz when that one time,
Or I want to pee on it.
yeah, but that one time when we went to Francis Tavern in downtown Manhattan, we went to that museum. You were having sex with the artifacts.
Yeah, cousin, you farted in there.
I did rip a fart in there. So what we're gonna do now at patreon.com/historyhyenas now, because it's the summer, we're going to start to bring back our guided history tours and our walking tours. And one of the screwed in things that Yannis and I came up with when we were in Charleston is we're going to do a show down in Charleston and other historic cities like that. And we're going to do a show at a venue. And then the next day, we're going to have walking history tours that you can do with the boys.
Yeah, we're going to start doing shows.
And those are going to be $100 a pop.
Yeah.
All right? Because I'm deep in the mortgage and I made a mistake.
Yeah, we're going to be doing live shows and a tour in cities that have semi-legalized prostitution.
It's what it is.
Because we're looking for loopholes.
It's what it is. In el program.
Yeah, because join patreon.com/historyhyenas. That's basically now you're in the program.
We're in the program. And here's the other thing, too. Here's another thing I just want to give a warning to everyone else. There's also some other live history podcasts starting. One of them's the Bowery Boys, July 2nd.
Yeah.
Me and Yannis are coming to the show. We're sitting in the front row.
Yeah, we're sitting in the front row.
We bought tickets and we're just sitting in the front row and we're just going to look at you.
Yeah,
we're just going to look at you.
We're going to look at
They're
you.
smart kids, though.
Yeah, but we invented history.
Yeah, we did.
We're the only ones who could do history.
I like them. And there's another great history account called Keith York City. It's like Keith, the New York City guy. He's on a ship right now going across the Atlantic, and he just looks cute.
Yeah.
He's just a cute historian. I'd like to talk to other real history people, and I'd like to get some of their ideas, and then I'd like to take them hostage like they're in Celtic Pride. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to just beat them up a little bit, and just take them hostage, and we'll just take the ideas out of their roof.
Yeah, we need to tune someone up.
I'd like to tune someone up, especially with these glasses. I'd like to tune someone up, and make no mistake, these glasses come with the little side of the N-word.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but no, I'm not going to say it. I'm saying with the glasses cut. I would never.
I don't want you to. You need a 6-month break before you go back to Charleston.
Yeah,
because what you do is you just adopt the culture of the place. That's what it is. You're chameleon Chrissy, and I think
it's what it is. Yeah,
Charleston got on you.
Yeah,
a little bit.
like I was Charleston Chrissy, like a Charleston Chew. and I almost left with a gray uniform. I almost left with a gray I almost left with the Confederate gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's what it is. Obviously, just kidding around.
No, but listen, we're close. Like you said before the show, we are close. Some people are close. They're on the one runway. They're going to be leaving. They're going to be taking a one-way flight to heaven.
Yeah.
Right? But right now we're close to World War III.
So that's the thing. A lot of times we'll look at older people, and we'll say that guy's close because they're on the runway. They're about to die. And now what's happening is society, human beings as just a living, breathing organism in general are close.
We're close.
Because Russia just got Pearl Harbor by Ukraine.
Yeah.
India, Pakistan are fighting big.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of mad at each other. And
yeah,
it just feels like it's going to get pushed into the brink of nuclear war.
Yeah, massive riots in Paris over the weekend. It just seems like people are everyone's off the beam. Is there any way we can file people on the beam?
Well, that's what I want to do.
Should we put sedatives in the water supply?
Yes.
Well,
should
we give everyone a high dose?
Let's give everyone a high dose. We've been on a low dose. Let's get a high dose. And I just encourage you to remember the rules of the day, to master your emotions, laugh at everything, and persist until you succeed.
I like that.
Those are the rules. My name is Chris Distefano. I'm on the beam and in the program.
All right. Today we're going to talk about the Ivy League. It's a place that me and Chris could not get into.
Yeah, because I got into the Ivy League of New York City schools, and that's the New York Institute of Technology in Old Westbury. That's what I got into. And it's just what it is. Yeah.
Now, I just like to call this the NBA for the Chinese.
That's what it is.
That's what the Ivy League is. It's the NBA for the Chinese. I mean, they usually make up about 30% of every Ivy League school, and they're way overrepresented. And another population that's usually overrepresented is the Jews.
Yes.
What are they, like 2% of the population in America or something? They used to make up 20%. But make no mistake, the Jews are now making different choices about where to go to school.
They really are.
This is the first year, this is an interesting fact, this is the first year where there were 0 applicants to Columbia that were Jewish.
0.
Yeah, because they all got TVs and they got phones, and they said, that doesn't look like a party I'm invited to.
Yeah, so what Ivy League schools are the Jewish kids going to go to then? What's the one that accepts them?
I don't know. They're just looking for schools where they're just looking for the least amount of turbulence.
Right.
They're looking for less turbulence, meaning they want to see less Palestinian flags.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
That's what it is. That's turbulence for them.
So here's the thing. Here's what I want to tell you about.
Talk to me, baby. Gorgeous.
Here are the Ivy League schools. Let me see if I can get them off the top of my dome. Okay. Harvard.
I thought St. John's?
Yeah. Harvard, Dartmouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Brown.
Yeah.
Princeton.
Yeah.
University of Pennsylvania.
Howard University.
No, not
Black Ivy League.
Oh, that's right. Black Ivy League. So, what else? Yale. Did I say Princeton?
Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth, Brown.
I said Brown. Columbia is another one. And what's the Cornell University. Now, I think Yale is the oldest, right? Oh, Harvard is 1636.
Yeah.
Yale 1701. Now,
you know what I like about Harvard? It was founded by a guy named John.
Yeah.
It was just a guy named John.
Yale, unfortunately, was named after a guy named Elihu Yale, who was a slave trader. Not great.
Just what it is.
Yeah. It's not. University of Pennsylvania, founded by Ben Franklin, who definitely had sex with your grandma.
Yeah.
The original hyena. He taught business, and he was first medical school. Brown was founded by Baptist.
It wasn't founded by the Browns?
No, it's mostly rich white people going to Brown.
So why'd they call it Brown? I thought kids who founded that one?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, oh yeah, I just a joke. Obviously, put all that on Patreon.
Yeah.
Dartmouth, founded as a Christian school to convert Native Americans. That's interesting.
Wait a second. For real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dartmouth was a Christian school founded as a Christian school to convert Native Americans.
But what did they do when 0 applicants showed up because they were all dead?
Well, so what they did is
Where's the button?
Yeah,
I was going for it.
Yeah, what they did is they just continued on making it a mostly white school. And now they have a ski team.
Yeah, was it just Puerto Ricans that showed up with a feather in their hair?
It probably was. Yeah.
I think that was a Chris Rock joke at some point.
Cornell, 1865. That's the newest Ivy League school. This is founded after the Civil War with the idea of teaching any person any study. It actually includes engineering, and it's the only school that has hotel management as a major. So that's the one we could have probably gotten into.
Yeah.
It's Cornell. And then Harvard, oldest one, founded to train Puritan ministers. Yeah. Oh, Princeton.
Hit it!
Yeah. Princeton's founded by Presbyterians, got 3 U.S. presidents. Columbia was originally called King's College. George Washington took classes there during the Revolution. They shut it down because the British were bombing NYC, and then recently it's been shut down because NYC, just what it is. So, yeah, and those are the schools. So these Ivy League schools, see, here's the thing. Here's how I feel about the Ivy League schools in present-day United States of America, is I do feel like they have a place. I do get how they are a great, educational institutions, why they matter. They're gatekeepers in a way, but I just don't know if the money that you have to pay and the stress that your kids have to go through to get into these schools and then stay in these schools matters as much today as it did 100 years ago. Yeah. I don't think it does, because basically I could go get my kid into Harvard, or I could just get them interning for Mr. Beast.
Right.
And then my kid will probably go further if they just know some algorithm tricks from Mr. Beast.
Right, because that's the American economy. And
yes.
That's what it is. We need reform, and I have some ideas.
Tell me the ideas right after this ad break.
Because Lucy outfitted me nice and big when they became a coveted sponsor of the show. I don't love anything more than when you can sell something you use. And I am a loosey-goosey kind of guy. I love nicotine, and Lucy is great.
Because I love Lucy. I want to name my next daughter Lucy. What I love, it's 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free. Lucy Breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. You know me, cuz I like to find a little surprise.
It's a little surprise. They, what you do is you just snap it, you put it in, and then the flavor explodes.
Yeah.
It's great. So you get your nicotine, and you get a little bit of something that tastes good and actually makes your breath smell a little better as well.
A little explosion in the mouth happened to me in Houston. So right now, let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/hyenas and use promo code hyenas to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind, so that's cute. Again, Yanni, what is the code?
The code is hyenas.
To get 20% off.
HYENAS. And let me just say, check out that espresso flavor. It's nice. You have a coffee, and then you throw an espresso flavor in, you get a double coffee.
Lucy.co. And remember, here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified, so don't even try nothing. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Listen, you know me. You know I like to see a rock hard penis in RHP, and I know a lot of guys, what's been happening now is a lot of guys, I'll open up my DMs, and it'll just be men's erect penises. And the thing is, when you guys are sending them, I know which ones are Blue Chew and which ones aren't, because the ones that are Blue Chew, number one, they're red, white, and blue because their Blue Chew tablets are made right here in the USA. And number two, they're just bigger and better and more veiny, and I like it.
Yeah, you know how in the first scene of Inglourious Basterds, there was that guy that knew something was under the floorboards?
Yeah.
You're the type of guy who knows which boners made in America.
I know.
You can sniff them out.
Which ones, and that's why I'm so thankful to the Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast, because Blue Chew tablets are the best. They are made right here in the USA, and they are shipped directly to your door discreetly. It is all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting line in the pharmacy, just pure boners all day, every day, delivered right to your doorstep. Yo, Ma, get my boner.
Yeah, get my bonus. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code hyenas, HYENAS. Just pay $5 shipping. That's it. That's promo code hyenas. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And of course, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the History Hyenas.
All right, so Yanni, what are your big ideas?
We got to borrow a few ideas from our Chinese brethren and sisterin. We do.
Right.
They're doing very well. They don't care so much about the individual. They care about the glory of China. We need a little bit of that back.
Wei Song Xian.
Something like that.
I was just kidding. That was a Uyghur province
We're
joke.
just shooting ideas out. We're in the pitch room.
Yeah, we're in the pitch room.
It's
I'm
the
just
idea
kidding
room.
around.
No, you can't censor yourself when we're in the pitch room.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
trying to fix the country. You pitched an idea.
I'm pitching ideas
all you
because
do.
I'm a pitcher.
Yeah, we just pitching ideas.
I'm Cy Young. I'm Chrissy Young.
Yeah, because you spun the wheel and an idea came out.
I've been spinning the wheel all weekend because I've been in the South.
Yeah.
So I've just been spinning the wheel, and it's just a gorgeous part of our country with a really bad history.
Yeah, it's a really bad history.
Yeah.
So what I think we
Tell
need
me
to do,
the ideas.
we need some state-run places that are all publicly funded, and I think it should be opposite of Trump. I think it should, I say, all the Ivy Leagues should be 100% publicly funded for meritocracy, meaning the government pays for the smartest kids born in the United States to go to the Ivy League. And that's what that brand
And
is.
if that is 100% Asian, Chinese, and Indian, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're saying, right?
I didn't say that part.
Well, no, but saying,
But
I'm
okay.
saying Chinese, Indian, Americans.
Yeah,
There's American kids.
As long as you can prove that they're not spies.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said. They said that because we're going to get into it where Donald Trump is now attacking Harvard University and trying to take the money away and take their endowment, take their funding away. And somebody on CNN was like, "Oh well, this is all crazy. These are historical institutions. This is like the fabric of this nation." Even the Chinese president, Xi Jinping's daughter, went to Harvard. I said, yeah, to spy.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
She's a spy.
Yeah.
She didn't go because she wanted to.
No, we had like members of the Bin Laden family. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, her nipples were recording devices.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, which is probably something they figured out.
Yeah, like cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what they do. So I don't know. Yeah. Depending on, we can find out if they're a spy. Maybe you put them through a program.
I mean, she is a piece.
She is a little bit
I mean,
of a piece.
I will get, no, not the other one to the left. I mean, I will get honeypot. Well, not that. Is that the daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I thought it was this one because I would get honeypot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get honeypotted big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She looks like she can give a nice massage.
It's what it is.
So,
Might have time for that today.
and then we should just separate the rest of the universities based on looks.
Right.
Because look, it's a fuck fest. Let's not pretend that everyone's getting educated.
I agree with
you.
you.
Just go to ChatGPT and find out anything. You turn on the History Hyenas to get the real truth, Bader Ginsburg's.
Yeah.
You don't need these professors anymore. You send these kids to these places to fuck. So
I agree with you.
yeah, so the admission should be strictly on looks.
Yes.
That's what they should do. It should be like a pageant where they
Yeah.
come in and you go, you're a fucking 10, you're for Rome. Chris,
Yeah.
you're getting in if you're flexing those nipples.
Yeah,
because you go in front of the board and you just hit that, rev up
Guys,
your
you
engine.
see that?
Yeah.
This would be my dish right here.
Yeah.
What's up, babe? How you doing?
And then
That's
you
it.
should just have some schools that's just based on money.
It only gets hard if you suck it, babe.
Yeah. Then you just have schools that are based on money.
Yeah.
Like, some restaurants are more expensive than others.
what it
You
is.
just go, your parents have $300K to send you to school. This is the one you can get into. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because we've accepted you because it's a business and we want your family's money. Your
Yeah.
kid can do whatever he wants. He can do drugs. He can do fucking heroin. He can do whatever he wants.
And yeah, I agree.
So 3 tiers: government for the meritocracy, one based on fuckable, and another one based on
Right.
how much money your parents got.
Yeah, it's what it is. Now, here's the thing. Because the reason why Donald Trump is attacking Harvard and probably going to start attacking other institutions is because the Trump administration believes that the kids are getting indoctrinated in college, right? Is that really what it's coming down to? That the extreme liberal ideology is causing big problems in this country, and most of it's happening from the Ivy League schools. So I see it as all the kid wants to do is just, have a little bit more balance and make America great again.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing because our producer Jesse Half a Jew is
Jesse Half a Jew's a 10 out of 10 name. Jesse Half a Jew.
Jesse Half a Jew he's one of those big time Trump support. He knows.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm not saying that. So what's going on there? Tell us exactly what's going on, because my understanding is that he's trying to get rid of spies. He's trying to end DEI. He's trying to end liberal ideology.
He wants a meritocracy, like you're saying. That's what he's looking for.
But it's not exactly a meritocracy because even if the foreign student is really smart, he wants that to go to an American. So he wants more American. He wants more trade schools.
Right.
His goal is...
Yeah, because he wants a DeVry on every corner.
He wants a DeVry on every corner. He wants
Yeah.
kids fucking messing around with screwdrivers.
I get it.
Yeah. And he wants just less He wants less foreign students and more American students in these institutions, and he wants their ideologies gone. But you made a good point, and you said him and his son Barron could not get into Harvard, so this could just be payback.
That's what there's some people speculate. A couple of writers, I think Michael Wolff was one of them, was saying that this is all just retribution because he didn't get into Harvard when he was a kid, and Barron didn't get into any Ivy League schools. Nobody knows if Barron ever really even applied. I know the kid Barron's in NYU right now, and he's just a tall kid. He's a tall glass of water.
Yeah, and the good thing about Barron is he listens to these pods. So what's up, Barron?
What's up, Barron?
There's no way in hell that he doesn't listen to this pod.
I'm a fan.
Because that kid told his dad, go on Theo Vaughn. He's the one who told him. Yeah.
So Donnie T, so here's what's going on. Let's just catch up real quick. So there were in April 2025, so it's about a couple of months ago, the Trump administration froze over $2 billion in federal research grants and contracts to Harvard, citing the university's alleged failure to address anti-Semitism on campus. This move was part of a broader effort to pressure elite institutions to align with his administration's policies. So you can't be an anti-Semite, cuz. You can't be an anti-Semite on campus.
Yeah.
I don't know if Harvard, I mean, Columbia definitely is.
Yeah,
right.
Well, Columbia, they definitely getting the most airtime.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the Seinfeld of anti-war protests.
Yeah, I mean, Columbia is this close from just starting having live beheadings on the campus grounds.
Lat 14.
I mean, cuz you're going to be doing beheadings on the quad.
Because when I see the footage, I'm always like, is that the Upper West Side or I'm in the middle of Yemen?
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I mean, cuz, it's
but
not great.
If you go on Hinge and you want to catch a date with a white girl who's got a scarf around her head,
that's
then
what it
Columbia's for you.
I would say, if you're trying to go somewhere and cheat on your wife, then I would go to Columbia University because nobody can identify those girls' faces.
No,
they got scarves on.
They're wrapped up.
They're just wrapped up, cuz. It's Sharia law in Columbia.
Cuz you don't know what's going on. You're like, are they filming The Mummy too?
I have no idea.
They're all wrapped up.
They're wrapped up.
Yeah, cuz.
So we got that, and then we got so he did that, and then there's international student visa restrictions under Secretary Christy Noem, who's a piece.
She's a piece, and she didn't know what habeas corpus meant.
But that's okay because she's a piece.
That's okay. You're supposed to go pieces aren't supposed to know that.
That's the thing. It's like, for me, it's like if you don't have that much information, it's like that's fine. You just have to be over an 8, and she is over an 8.
Yeah, can we just take a moment to appreciate how funny it was that the Secretary of Homeland Security would ask what habeas corpus is?
Wait, can you go back to that, Jess? Yeah, stay on that one. Yeah.
It was the equivalent of asking me the answer to a trigonometry question.
Yeah.
And she's the Secretary of Homeland Security, and she doesn't know what habeas corpus is. It's just funny where we are.
Well, if you don't know what habeas corpus is, I encourage you to go 2 episodes back on our YouTube and look at our episode of habeas corpus that we did here on the History Hyenas show.
Because everyone knows what habeas corpus is. Especially, you know what? It's funny that she's the Secretary of Homeland Security. All she had to do was Google it once before the hearing.
Yeah.
Because she knew she was going to have a hearing on habeas corpus. She didn't even Google it before the hearing. I would have just Googled it before the hearing. It's funny what we live in right now because the History Hyenas may win a Nobel Prize. It's very possible.
Because I call that WGC white girl confidence. That's what she has, and I like it. So Christy Noem revoked Harvard certification to enroll international students, which is about 600-800 students, or 27% of the student body, basically no international students. The administration claimed this action was due to Harvard's ties to the Chinese Communist Party and failure to curb anti-Semitic activities. So that's the thing, cuz if you're gonna be mean to Jews and also be a communist, and you just can't come to my school.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
Here's the legal challenges. Harvard filed lawsuits against the Trump administration. Good luck. Arguing that funding cuts and visa restrictions were unlawful and politically motivated. A federal judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking the ban on enrolling international students. So, cuz, I got to be honest with you. I mean, that's not going to pass, obviously. I mean, I'm sure the court's going to uphold that. I don't even think Trump thinks that it's going to pass. I think he's just talking about it to cause problems, right?
No, I think he's serious about this.
Yeah.
I think him and Stephen Miller are serious about this, and they're using Harvard as like the big example, right?
If this passes, this is it's going to happen to every school. Then,
yeah,
it's not just going to stop at Harvard.
That's the goal. I think the goal is they want to clean up the universities. They want to get what they call left-wing ideology out. They want to get all the gender study stuff out. They want to get all the anti-Semitism out. They want to get all that out.
Well, because, I mean, but it is, if you do an anti-Semitic poo-poo, you can't have that. So what is the guy supposed to do? What would you do?
I don't know. These kids, their brains aren't developed yet. I look at it like you're protesting on the campus. I understand you're revved up with emotion and stuff like that, but what are you really doing? Like when you're yelling at a Jewish kid who's American or whatever going to class, like what are you doing? You think
did he throw a bomb at Gaza?
Yeah,
no.
I mean the kid's just going to class. He's just a Jewish kid.
He's just a Jewish kid.
It's like if something happens in Greece and they get mad at me because I'm walking to class, and I know people will go, "Oh, but they all have the right to return." But this is why people are ignorant. So do I. Yeah, I can go to Greece. Sure. I can get a Greek passport right now. My mother was born in Greece. I could do the same thing that the Jews do. I just choose not to because I live in the greatest country on the planet.
On the planet.
Yeah, and I need to be able to go to a Jimmy John's.
Yeah, it's what it is.
I just need to be close to a Jimmy John's because once in a while I got to go on the program for a fucking Italian combo sandwich.
It's what it is because you got to just spray down that combo with your tzatziki sauce.
I'm fucking fat again.
You're fat again and you're in the program. That's the good thing about being in the program. There's no weight limit.
Yeah, I'm back up to 206, and there's nothing to be done about it.
You look like a guy.
Yeah, but
that's what I like. You look like a guy.
I look like a dude.
Yeah, you look like a guy, and you got muscle, and you're just a big kid.
You like that I'm a big kid.
I like that you're a big kid.
You want to fucking you like Buffalo Bill. You like to really fat your guys up.
I do. I really do. I like a big fatty. I like to get fat into their liver like a foie gras.
Yeah, because what's fun about you is you're a big guy,
right?
But you have no awareness of it.
Right.
You're scared of ghosts.
Yeah.
You're scared at night.
I'm scared of other guys who are smaller than me.
Yeah, and I used to tell you, I was like, when you walk alone, you're a big guy.
Yeah.
You're 6'1" and you're meaty.
Yeah, because when I'm walking down the block alone, if it's after 10 o'clock, I have the keys in my fingers and I'm just looking for people to jump out like Ted Bundy to hurt me.
But I'm the same way. I'm a 200-pound kid. I'm 6 foot, and I'm fucking nervous.
But where you live, you could get eaten by a bear.
I could get eaten by a bear.
That's the difference.
Yeah, I could get eaten by a bear.
I remember one time
I don't got to worry about things that you got to worry about in the cities.
I remember one time we were in your house and we were in the backyard, and your wife asked me to go to get something in the front yard, and it was dark out, and I said, I'm not walking on the side of the house if you don't put the lights on, because a bear could jump out and bite me.
Because you haven't been to my house.
Yeah, I was there a few years ago.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there. Remember, I came up with Venetia and Pimp. I came up to your house.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, because that is when you had a major leakage in the roof. I mean, your wife had galoshes boots for us outside the house. She said there's water damage in the back.
You know what happened? You know when a mini tornado happens and a tree knocks into the roof and you got to call the insurance company?
Yeah.
I was currently being paid for by State Farm.
Yeah,
I had a big hole in the roof.
Because we had to canoe back to because your head just was a full river roof. I mean, so it's no surprise you don't remember because you had a leak big.
Oh, because the roof was off.
Yeah, the roof was off.
Yeah, there was water dripping on the furniture.
It was water.
Yeah, it was just raining like it was raining outside.
Yeah.
Indoors.
So, I mean, because ultimately...
Did you apply to the Ivy League?
No, the best school that I applied to was Hunter College, and I didn't get in.
You didn't get into Hunter?
I didn't get into Hunter, the physical therapy program. I did not get in. I applied to Hunter University, didn't get in. I applied to NYU, PT program, didn't get in.
Yeah.
And I only got into New York Institute of Technology and Touro College, which was online.
And what did you do? You did a couple classes at Baruch, or you did finger painting school?
Art school.
Yeah, finger painting.
What art school did you go to?
School of Visual Arts.
Yeah.
Oh, SVA. That's it. On in Chelsea, right?
23rd Street.
Yeah. That's a great school.
Yeah.
I saw Ray Romano do a comedy show there.
Yeah. It's for finger painters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there was no academics. It was all painting.
Yeah, you went in there.
Painting, drawing, fun.
When he goes in, the first class, what they do is they just dip their fingers in the paint and they just start doing like that.
Start doing like that, yeah. Little clay.
Yeah.
Now, Jesse, what's your opinion, Jesse Half-Jew? What's your opinion on all this stuff, what Trump's doing? Do you see any path? Do you like any of it, what his strategy is, or you hate it all?
I don't know, man. Like, the way I look at it is this is supposed to be our best and brightest, right? And they're spending all this time protesting and doing. They should be there learning to make our country better.
Right.
But here's a good idea for you. If they do let international students in and they're good and they're bright and they're vetted, give them a passport as soon as they graduate so they can stay here, develop technology.
I like that.
I think we just found out who's going to take over for Trump when it's over. It's Jesse Scaturo.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, I like that speech.
Yeah,
that was a good
I like
speech.
that. I like that. Half-Jew Jesse.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Whatever you think about, this is what I think culturally. I'm pulling the helicopter back.
Wait, so this is the Yannis honest. This is Yannis honesty right now.
I'm being honest.
Honest Yannis.
For 1 second, I'm going to pull the helicopter back, helicopter view. whether you like Trump, you don't. Part of me thinks there's a lot of things that are culturally necessary, and he's the only personality that can push a lot of this stuff through, because we do need change.
Right.
Right? I mean, these universities are just for foreign kids. They just keep coming in, and our kids are just on TikTok or whatever. We do need some radical change to make Americans work again,
Right.
to get this meritocracy back again. We do need major changes in government spending. We have a problem when it comes to that. So
Right.
part of me thinks this is just another route for them to be like, hey, we're spending money over here. We're just going to cut it.
Right.
They're looking to cut back expenses.
Yeah.
There are kids on the road who are looking at their manager and going, why is he getting 10%?
Yeah, it's what it is.
That's what's happening.
Well, I got to be
Because
honest
the
with you.
government spends too much, and we've been spending too much every administration. The only problem is Trump did a big, beautiful bill, and it's fucking, he's still spending. So
Yeah.
you're like, what's going on?
Well, I do got to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of kids now, I mean, kids are still definitely going to college, but like 10 years ago, my daughter, my oldest one is 10. When she was born, I started saving for college that day one, right? I was like saving college. My little one is going to be 4, and I'm saving for her for college, but I'm like, is it as big of a deal as I thought? Because originally I was like, I want my daughter to go to an Ivy League school. I'm going to have to save a few $100,000 to get my kid into the school, start saving now. But now I'm like, honestly, what's the difference if she goes to Harvard or frickin' Hofstra? What's the difference? I mean, as long as she's doing what she wants to do,
Right.
Does it matter anymore? Because the kid who has a Harvard education, is he going to get a job? He or she going to get a job over someone who's, got experience and is just a better student from Villanova? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's tough to say. It depends. I mean, what do you think? I mean, let's look at the genes. They're German and they're Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're basically mostly German and Puerto Rican with
Yeah.
a little dab of Irish and a tiny little, just a pepper flake of Italian.
Yeah. Well, and of course for job interviews they'll
Yeah.
be German, and for college interviews they'll be Puerto Rican.
That's what you gotta
And that's
do.
just what it is.
Yeah. So I want to ask, like, how do you reconcile that, right? Because Trump's gotten rid of DEI, but your kids are going to benefit big from DEI.
So
what do you do?
So what I do there is I just tell my kids that they're sometimes Puerto Rican and they're sometimes German.
Yeah.
But it depends. I tell them to look at their surroundings and blend into whoever has more in the current situation you're in.
Yeah.
That's what you become.
I
So
like
if you
it.
go to a Puerto Rican barbecue and you see a lot of kids getting in the pool at the house with jean shorts on and all that, then I say we're Puerto Rican today. I say, honey, go put on your gym uniform and jump in the pool. And then if we're at the white side and it's mostly German and no one's sitting and talking, then I tell the kids to sit down and just read a little bit of from their German
Just read
book.
Goethe. Go read Goethe.
Yeah.
Go- Whoa.
just
Okay.
kidding around.
I mean, everyone's got different tastes in German literature.
I'm just kidding.
Everyone's got different tastes. Some read Goethe, some read.
Depends what kind of party we're at, but sometimes if a couple of brews come out and rich with a little bit of mine. No, I'm kidding. I honestly do think, though, I want my kids to go to college. I genuinely want them to go to school. It's important for me that they have their education. But I will be honest with you, some of these colleges are a little bit like, I do fear a tad bit about the indoctrination stuff. I do get that, because it does seem like there are groups of people that go into college and they come out with really, really wild, radical ideas. But that's not everybody. And it didn't happen in my school. My school, we didn't get any of that ideology.
You know what I think's happened?
Tell me.
It used to be, right? You go to school, you get educated in law, you get educated in English, you get educated in literature, you get educated in history, and that made you like a very educated person. Right. And then your family had a farm or something, or you went into business and it worked out. Then technology took over, right? So science and math, what they call STEM, became what a real education is.
Right.
Especially when computers came around and you can read whatever you want, you can educate yourself.
Right.
And the foreign students are just hungrier than we are. Right? They're all coming up. They're all countries that are coming up. So their kids, their parents, they tiger mom those kids to
Right.
learn math and science. And so what's happening is that they're just coming here and they're dominating those fields.
Right.
And then you got American kids whose parents are paying a lot of money to send them to these universities, and they take math, they take sociology, they take, gender stuff, and they're just in there, and they're just like, they're just protesting and things like that because they're just not smart enough or willing enough to study math or science. I know I needed a tutor to just get past my first math requirement because I was probably the first generation of Americans going like, I'm here to buy.
Yeah.
I'm here to buy shit. Sell me shit. I'm here for you to make my life better. Wherever it's made around the world, that's fine. Just sell it to me.
Right.
I'm here to buy.
Yeah.
I'm not here to make. I'm not here to work in a factory. I'm not here to fucking become a, high-level executive. I'm not going to Wharton, which that's the majority of Americans. We're here for comfort.
I mean, look at us. We both went to pretty good schools. I mean, with graduate degrees, and we're just sitting here on a podcast on top of the Stand Comedy Club.
Yeah, I mean, basically my college education was a second high school diploma.
That's what it was.
It was a redundant high school diploma. Yeah. I went there to read more history.
Yeah, my graduate degree is probably the equivalent of a Chinese 8th grader.
That's true. Thing. But in America, you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
And in Ridgewood, you're a fucking high-level doctor.
You're
a peer-reviewed doctor.
In Ridgewood, you get in the newspaper. Yeah. I've been in the Ridgewood Times just because of my level of education.
Yeah, because, for Ridgewood, you are a high-level surgeon.
Big time. Dude, and by the way, Ridgewood, Queens, go check out that neighborhood. It's really coming up. They got a lot of beautiful restaurants there. I'm going to tell you about something funny that happened at one right after the break. When it comes time to spending, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind. The daily coffee habit, those streaming subscriptions, they add up fast without you even noticing. Rocket Money helps you spot those patterns so you could do something about them and keep more money in your pocket. Smart money moves are all about getting more out of every dollar. With Rocket Money, you can easily find forgotten subscriptions and have them negotiate bills for you, putting money back in your pocket. With all those savings, Rocket Money practically pays for itself.
I use Rocket Money. It's worth it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bill so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/hyenas today. That's rocketmoney.com/hyenas, rocketmoney.com/hyenas.
What happened?
So I was in, nothing really happened. I went into Ridgewood to visit. Basically what happened was, if I'm gonna be honest with you, what happened was yesterday I got banged out. I got banged up in Charleston on Saturday.
Oh, you got tuned up.
I got tuned up.
You got
big.
zoinked.
I walked around with James Mattern, and we walked around Charleston, and I got banged up. I got tuned up.
You took the dog for a walk.
I took the dog for a walk. The Knicks lost, and I had like 5 Guinness, and I got banged up. And then I got home, and then you're just like, I was hungover, and then you start to just get depressed. And then I just missed my ma. So I just took the family in the car, and we just drove to Ridgewood, and I picked up my ma. And I just
from Charleston.
No, from New York. When I got home, I missed my ma, so I flew from Charleston back to LaGuardia.
So you were on the plane just thinking about your ma?
I'm thinking about my ma, and then I got Jazz and the kids, and Jazz was like, we got a lot of stuff to do today. I said, we're not doing any of it. We're going to go see my ma. And she was like, what? I was like, let's go see my mom.
You just missed your mom.
I just missed my mom, and I was just tearing up driving down Myrtle Avenue and giving my kids a little history. I was giving my kids a history tour of all the things in my life, different moments I had in my life, St. Matthias Church, and this thing was here, and Seneca Avenue. And then I turned around, and my entire family was sleeping. Jazz and my kids had fully fell asleep. I was just narrating a history tour. And then me and my ma and Jazz and the kids, and we went and we ate in this pizzeria. It's called Pizzeria Panino, and it's amazing. And it used to be like where I did Boy Scouts when I was a kid.
Is that where you got?
That's
Jesus Christ, your mom put you through an obstacle course of getting God.
It's what it
Catholic
is,
school and then the Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
I mean, she taught you how to be an escape artist.
Because she taught me how to be an escape artist.
You had to really dodge the doodlers.
Yeah, I really, really did. But I also, here's the thing, is I like to welcome obstacles because challenges are opportunities in disguise.
Beamcast bonus.
That was a Beamcast bonus.
Beamcast
Welcome
bonus.
obstacles, challenges, or opportunities in disguise.
So you got a little sad, and you just want to crawl in your mom's lap.
I got to call my mom's lap, and then what I did is in the moment I just invited her. My family and I are going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Where you headed?
Because I got to go to L.A.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to go to L.A. And then I'll be there. I'm going to do the Brea Improv, July, I believe it's 18th and 19th. So come out. If you're in California, but we're going to be there for a couple of weeks before, and then I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, and then I just got my mom a hotel room next to us for 2 weeks, and I didn't run it by Jasmine, and she's just like, what? And I said, I was hungover and emotional. I missed my mom.
Wait, so your mom's coming for the 2
Yes,
weeks
now my
too?
mom's coming, and she's coming with us to Disney World, and I just didn't run it by Jazz, and it's just S lo que es.
Yeah, but that's okay. You got
She's great.
extra hands on deck.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I
extra
said-
hands on deck.
I got extra hands on deck, and I said, we'll be on vacation, so it'll be fun. Mom will be fun. We'll all be drinking White Zinfandel and having a few brews.
That's it.
And it'll be fun.
That's it. When the kids go to sleep, she just goes back to her room and she goes in the minibar and she just snaps. She snaps open a Sam Adams.
Yeah, it just snaps open to Sam Adams, and then it's just what it is. And when she sees that, our 14-year-old stepson has a tattoo, it's just going to be what it is.
Oh, he got a tattoo?
No.
Oh.
That would be wild if he did.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's a family vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. So so I went back to Ridgewood, and I just you haven't been to Ridgewood in years. Ridgewood, it has become like the #1 neighborhood in New York City. Like everybody, like Williamsburg is not cool anymore. Now it's all Bushwick and Bushwick Ridge, and people got pushed out of Bushwick. So Ridgewood, if you look it up, like Ridgewood, the kind of all the restaurants and bars and everything opening, it's like my neighborhood has completely changed from when I lived there.
Yeah.
You ever been there, Jesse?
No, never have.
Great. Rolo's restaurant is a huge one. If anyone is listening to this pod and you've been to Ridgewood, go to patreon.com/historyhyenas and tell us your favorite Ridgewood restaurants, or write them in the YouTube comments, because what we're going to do for the Patreon is when we get to 10,000 paid members, let's take 2 lucky Patreon members on a date in Ridgewood.
Should
we do that?
Yeah, I like
10,000 paid members.
Yeah, we'll do a tour of your childhood.
Yeah, because what are we at? Yeah, that's a great idea.
We'll try to put the pieces, like, investigation. We'll try to put the pieces together.
Try to put the
figure
pieces
you
of
out.
the roof back together.
Yeah, we'll try to put it together.
Well, let's see, how many members do we have now? So we got 16.8 thousand members, total active members on the Patreon. So you guys are really missing a lot if you're not on the Patreon. And we have 8,890 paid ones.
Right.
So when we get to 10,000 paid, so we're getting close.
We're getting close.
We're going to go on a Ridgewood date through my childhood, and then we'll go on a Park Slope date through yours.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah, Park Slope, I don't even know if you can get in now.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you're allowed in Park Slope unless
No.
you got like $1 million
I know.
on your Venmo.
And then we'll eventually both, in a few years from now, both see the Chinese people that bought our childhood homes. Because it's just, chances are, a Chinese person's going to buy your childhood home.
There's
in
just
this
a
country.
good chance I'm going to go see my childhood home in like 5 years, and it's going to be a nail salon. Thank you.
What it is.
It's what it is.
So, cuz, in conclusion, are you for Trump trying to take the money from Harvard, or are you not for
It
it?
depends on what episode of what I just listened to. So if I just listened to Candace Owens' latest podcast, she's probably going to say that Trump is owned by Israel and everyone can't believe this, and he's doing this because Jeffrey Epstein has some photos of him peeing on a hooker.
Jeffrey Epstein, who was declared innocent by, who was declared to have committed suicide by the FBI, by Dan Bongino, who lives above, Dan Bongino, who's one of the heads of the FBI, whose mother lives above my nanny in Glendale. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he lives above my nanny in Queens.
Yeah.
So that's what the kind of just family environment we have in Queens.
So I think a lot of people on the right and obviously the left are saying that Israel owns Donald Trump. They own RFK Jr. They're both honeypotted,
Right.
and that's a big X talking point.
Well, RFK we know was honeypotted.
You know, he's an easy kid to honeypot.
Yeah.
If you look at his history, all you got to do is take out a pipe
Yeah.
or a piece of puss.
Yeah.
And the kid is going to give you the details.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah.
He wants to spray methylene blue on your pussy.
It's just the kid can't help himself.
Yeah.
And so it depends what you listen to. And then if you listen to some supporters, they'll say this is what we got to do
Right.
to get the foreign spies out, to
Right.
get Americans more spots in
Right.
these institutions, and we got to stop the anti-Semitism, which has run amok in the Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think everything may have a little truth to it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not qualified to know.
That's the thing. There's a little bit of Truth Bader Ginsburg in us all.
Yeah.
And every decision.
Well,
we
what do
make.
you think about it?
What I personally think is I don't think that I don't love the idea of him restricting the international students or telling international students who are currently in the school that they may get booted out and their visas may get rejected. Don't love that. I do think.
That's like kind of like, what are you doing?
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that he and this country has to do something about our higher education because it is truly, I hate to use the term woke. That's been so overplayed, but the quote unquote woke mind virus that, is just a little crazy, like the trans women in athletics type discussions. That seems like that gets breeded by college professors in colleges. So you have to do something about that.
But that the reason that happened is because nobody wants to do math and science, so they just go to college and they bullshit around. So in order to get these changes, you would have to change the American culture and get kids interested in real, relevant, germane education, which is STEM. And it's just not going to happen because kids want to be influencers. Everyone now is, how many DMs our producers get about fucking, can you do an internship at the History Hyenas?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a real career path.
So then the only real thing to do is to have every country in unison disarm the nukes.
Yeah.
Have everyone disarm the nukes, get away the mutually assured destruction, and go back to old school warfare and start up World War III where the boys are making stuff on ships.
Yeah.
And we got the women in long skirts down to their knees making things in the factory for the boys coming home from the war.
Yeah.
And we just go back to the way it was, to the glory. All right, let's go to patreon.com/historyhyenas. These are the newest members of the patriarchy. All right.
Because Chris will take you on an entertaining drive, but you may not like the destination you go to.
It's what it is, but that is what the History Hyenas walking tours that we will unveil soon this summer are going to be about. We don't know where we're going, and neither do you.
Neither does anybody.
All right, welcome to the Matriarchy, Edgar Rodriguez. Then we got Enrique the Squeak, no catapult needed, just a slingshot.
Put him on the list.
Yeah. That's fun, just a slingshot the kids at Squeak.
Yeah, he may be dare I say, contender.
Okay, then we got Rainal Ape. Walked into one.
Yeah,
sorry about that. Walked into one.
Creative.
Richard Garcia, Spencer, Nikki Binder. Then we got the Hands Never Lie. Miss Obama's a guy. Biden 2028.
That's a good Drexler. By the way, I was told there's a big uproar. There's been a big uproar amongst our fans.
What happened?
Leroy ceiling cricket. People were pissed.
Okay.
That we didn't get it.
Okay.
Okay. And it was an uproar. Jesse told me about the uproar.
And what was Leroy's? What is the etymology of it?
A black guy who maybe can't afford the batteries, or is, I guess the joke is, too lazy to change a smoke detector that is beeping.
Oh, yeah.
That is beeping on the ceiling. So it's a Leroy ceiling cricket. It is very funny. It's a borderline walked into one.
Yeah, and it's disparaging of race. We can't do that.
Yeah, but it is very creative. And so they were just really upset with us, and they thought that it deserved more love. So just to give our fans who love us so much a little love, I'm going to say you were right.
Right.
We're going to make some mistakes. Some are going to go over our head. I don't have the dark mind that a lot of you have, and I missed it.
Yeah.
You missed it.
We missed it.
But once it's explained, it's very funny.
So we just want to acknowledge it.
It's the acknowledgement award.
Okay, so then we got Chrissy D's childhood thief's burnt off kneecaps from when Uncle Victor burnt off that guy's kneecaps who stole my mother's purse.
You're getting the longtime fan award.
Yeah.
That's a guy.
Longtime fan award.
Longtime fan award.
Thank you for your service, for your continued service to the matriarchy.
It's when people throw details like that, you know that they're hardcore in.
So then we got Muzzy Koozie with a tucked frisbee. Okay. Yids diddled Kanye's kids so he made a hit. Okay.
Choose. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's a walk
what
in
it
one.
is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Rodeo Peanut.
Rodeo Peanut's a good old chicken finger.
Then we got Hairless No-No Zone. Pizza Goldfish for dinner. That's
Okay. Okay.
Come a lot in my belly button, Harris. Mason Wisely, MAGA Markey, Andrew Doyle, Alexander Moon, Pope Leroy the Juneteenth.
Funny. That's funny. Yeah, creative. That's creative.
Trying to give AOC my little COC 4 at most, 2 to 3.
Drexler. Yeah. I love the rhyme scheme.
Enjoyed the bidet too much. Now I'm an FF.
Okay, that happens.
That's just something that
a side effect.
We've all experienced that. German Jew, Jake and Bake. Stepdad's a Leroy, so I can say it. Okay.
Okay. Drexler. Funny factor.
Anmar Kampa Najar. I don't know
what that means.
Epstein's Darling. Tommy Hodge. Bajiz Joseph. Ray Odom. Raquel Jordan. Jamie Carrillo. Chrissy's pronouns. Shit. Walked into one. I apologize.
They're so creative. With the pronoun, very creative. Yeah.
Then we got, I use my Frisbees as an ashtray. It's what it is, cuz not
Walked
good. Walked in one. These are not okay.
Why are they so funny?
Yeah, but it's not good.
Not good.
Limp Gimp, Ian Runnels, TJ Kenny, Lori Hunam, Jesse Ross. I'm harder than Tom Homan on 22 Blue Chews. Okay. Lee Marshall, Craig Harms, pegging Bussy since 94. Yanni Otani with the Seeing Eye single.
Put him on the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yanni Otani with the Seeing Eye single.
Creative with this eye shit.
Kung Fu Diddy from the Bronx Temple.
Okay.
C&Y Lada Fortini Weenies Get Me Creamy.
Okay.
Justin Kinnard.
I walked into one, but it's funny.
Okay. Tyler Arnold, James Cortez, Andrew. This was cheaper than OnlyFans.
That's a chicken figure.
That's chicken figure. Dalton T. Two Shells, Assistant Gate Man. Blaze Byers, Ninja Alarma, Schnitzel Monkey with a VW that runs off Frisbee fumes.
That's what you call a massive walked into one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not good.
Frisbee fumes, runs on Frisbee fumes. Jesus Christ. Creative, though.
Bringing the body for toe obsessed Yanni.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Stuart Farnham. One who nags, if you know what I mean. Okay. Rachel Amably. Sarah Clark.
We missed something? You got walked into one.
Yep.
Yeah, you walked into one.
Okay.
You walked in. Now it's a challenge for them to get them past.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Rachel Amably, Sarah Clark, Evan Boslowski, Justin Ukenhorler. Then we got Abraham Stinkin, Free de Leroy's butt stuff has changed and we should talk about it. It's what it is.
Drexler.
Vincente Enriquez, Goose Springsteen, Travis, Harry, Preto, CR, Tyler Ross, Derek Mahoney, Joe Lyden, Daniel Moss, Andrea Vick, Mike Latoris, Alex Bonestro, Wei Shan Qian, straight to the Baccarat table. Bailey's Chubbed Up Daily, Zelmir, Frisbee Net, and Yahoo swallowed my glue. Blue Goo, Jerry Vargas, Gage Peterson, Nicholas Coyne, John Slater, Gape Lynn Jenner. Jenner.
Very funny chicken finger.
Half Baked Sammy, Johnny Bainal, Christopher, Sid, turn Frisbee land to glass and pound my Aryan ass.
Drexler.
Russell Levy, John Gillis, Max Steforia, Tristan Spring, Dong Lemon, Chris Unshaw, Franklin Delano, Roly Polio, Robert Sandberg, put it in her beaver till she got a fever. Okay. Elizabeth Malkmova, Abdul Rahman Ashad.
Wow.
Yeah, there he goes.
That's
Alex Sacco.
That's what you call Mossad bait.
It's what it is. Lewis Lee, Sharkman Wolf, Ant Torres, Alec Villarreal. You're not that gay, pal. Corey, let the French take the Statue of Liberty back, replace it with the catapult of subjugation. Okay. Race Bader Ginsburg.
We've had.
Be Secret Squirrel, John Greep, Ryan Manzlala, and Pablo. All right, one more page, just a few more names. Holden Edwards. I call her Muzzy Uncle Russie because the pussy is bomb.
Wow.
Okay.
That's good.
Not Muzzy
because the pussy's bomb.
Muzzle Uncle Russie.
That's a borderline.
All right.
That's a borderline. I'm going to Drexler it.
Steve Rogers, Brett, Bumblebum, not a fruit, but like my lady's finger in my shoot.
I'm going to go put him on the list. It's
Okay.
a chicken finger that deserves the list, yeah.
Hey Babes Corpus.
Put it on the list. That's too good.
Okay.
It's too good.
AP, Mike Chris, Frisbee Netanyahu, Zinzi, the new Jigga, a.k.a. Leroy Goldstein, Tristan Hennings.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good, but it's creative.
Kim Jong Fumes, Michael Razy, Craig Leah, Casey Duff, Jake Jennifer, Bridget Cunningham, beating meat to Miss Pat's titty feet. Titty feet.
She's a big girl.
Yeah.
Put it on the list.
All right, here we go.
That's great.
Spencer, a Southern Italian kid that's waiting to choose what side of the race war he's going to join.
Put him on the list. That's funny.
Jesse Sembrano.
That was a courtesy because we don't have a lot.
No. Yeah. Chrissy's, Dissy's, Prissy, Sissy. Travy, I can crack them open, but I can't clean anything out because I've got a small piece Foster.
Put him on the list.
Yeah.
He can get in there, but he can't sweep. Yeah. That's a contender.
Hag Pop, Bitch Tits, Brick Monette, Wolf the Awful God, Logan LaChapelle, No Means Yes, David S. Parker, Foreigner with Foreskin, Shemaya Brown, Akash the Pajit drops turds in the street,
Okay.
Bill Burr,
Welcome.
Muzzy woman forced to dress as a voting booth but not allowed to vote.
Way song she ain't.
I say put it on the list.
Okay.
I say put it on the list because it's just
calling
so
someone
good.
saying you're dressed as a voting booth.
It's
funny.
just so good. I mean, it's a walked-in one, but
Yeah.
it's just too good.
Yeah. Lebanese telecorn paid your way to 72 virgins. Lebanese telecom. I'm sorry. Paid your way to 72 virgins.
Ladder 14.
It's a walked-in one. I mean, what can we do? I mean,
No,
it's just
no.
too
All right.
bad. People got hurt.
Nolan Mag. Can I finance the Tim Dillon episode with the 408 credit score? Probably not.
Yeah, Drexler for the funny.
Ricky Steinfeld. My chick's got orangutan tits. It's what it is.
Put him on the list.
Okay.
We're coming in strong here on the rear.
Right. Robert Reddy. Andrew Dice Kunanen, a.k.a. Perk Franklin.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Drexler.
Christian Eyes After Dark. The Sacred Rocks Yanni pissed on in Gettysburg.
Wow, this is a coincidence.
Yeah.
Drexler.
Filipino, but I have 6 inches.
Well, congrats.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not like Anakin Skywalker. I like Sans, but these ladies, Jawas, do keep nearly killing me in the minivans. Love you, sluts.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Logan, Leroy Tarif.
That's a walk in
Sorry.
one big
Yep.
time.
MJF crawled into the Hurt Syndicate's shoes. Okay. Straight to the back. Zachary Bushrow, Derek Frank, Martel Cini, Chris Slavin, Tim, Tracy P. And then last but not least, AOC is for Rome, but Pete Buttigieg is for the table.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Okay. So, all right.
Our fans
So
are
this-
so creative.
Yeah, so this list, what happened with this list is you thought it was done, and then that's why I have to list to the end.
Bangers.
Okay, so the list. Enrique the Squeak, no catapult, just needs a slingshot
That's a contender.
still,
Uh-huh.
which is crazy. That was the second name we read.
Yeah.
So sometimes that happens. Yanni Otani with the Seeing Eye single.
Very good, but we had one recently, so we're gonna Drexler
Okay,
that.
so we got one from here.
Yeah. It's just where you're placed.
Not a fruit, but like my lady fingers in my shoe.
That it's a chicken finger. We're gonna
All right.
it's gonna lean more to a chicken finger.
Hey Babes Corpus.
That's very funny.
Right.
I'm gonna chicken finger it, but
Right.
the creativity of habeas corpus
And it's
just,
good.
It's good.
Beating meat to Miss Pat's titty feet.
I'm good. We're gonna keep that.
Keep that.
Yeah.
Spencer, a Southern Italian kid that's waiting to choose what side of the race war he's going to join.
At the time I did that as a charity, that deserves to be Drexlered.
Drexler. Okay. All right. Muzzy woman forced to dress as a voting booth, but not allowed to vote.
Contender.
Contender. My chick's got orangutan tits. It's what it is.
Chicken finger.
Okay. So it is between Muzzy woman forced to dress as a voting booth, but not allowed to vote. Beating my meat to Miss Pat's titty feet.
We do this right.
Enrique the Squeak, no catapult, just need a slingshot. And then I forgot one. Travie, I can crack them open, but I can't clean anything out because I've got a small piece Foster.
That guy is extremely funny, a little too wordy, But let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a yas for the creativity.
Get a yas.
I need help with this one because make zero mistake, my heart is going for the voting booth.
Yeah.
But that is a borderline walked into one, but that's where my heart is on the funny factor.
The voting booth is so funny. I've never heard anything like that. I personally think, though, just because it's fun and it's not going to hurt anybody, I like Enrique the Squeak, no catapult, needed just a slingshot because he's just a little guy, and Enrique the Squeak in and of itself is funny.
Very funny. Jesse, you're the deciding vote. And what was the third one?
The third one was beating meat to Miss Pat's titty feet.
Yeah. So,
Okay, that one made me laugh. I'm not sure what titty feet are, but it's still.
But it's
titty
funny.
feet means she's a big girl, and
her
so there's
tits
fat
hang
on
down to
her feet. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Funny. But I think I'm in the voting booth. It's just because the outfit, they got the little slot in the eyes. That's where you
'Cause-
put the envelope.
Yeah, that's the winner.
We're a democracy.
We're democracy here.
So-
That is the winner. So congratulations. If you go to historyhyenasisback.com, the winner of this week's list, name up in lights, the PPW, pseudo penis of the week. We have Muzzy Woman forced to dress as a voting booth, but not allowed to vote. Congratulations to you. You can see it. Thanks for watching the show.